Okay, so in previous videos in this series, we're talking about how control seems to be successfully exercised over our perceptions of what reality is, how our belief systems are shaped regarding society and religion and so forth, and how people in powerful positions, seen and unseen, are able to exert influence through thought and behavioral control. So we looked at some obelisks. Obelisks come from Egypt. But here's an obelisk, the Washington Memorial, lined up against the dome here, the Capitol building. I want to take a look at some of these and just see what we can learn by some symbols in buildings and that people are using in high places. People in dynastic monarchies, political power, business power, and religious leadership, and see if there's something linking them together. Okay, so here's another view of the Washington Memorial there, a nice obelisk. 6,666 inches high, 666 inches on each side. Now here's an obelisk in the center of that oval, lined up against a dome. The Vatican. Egyptian obelisk. Sun god worship. Here on the right we've got the Washington Memorial and then the waterway. And here we've got a layout of Washington, D.C. using sacred geometry to the Egyptian and Babylonian mystery religion as carried by the Freemasons. Here we got some symbolism on Witches of the Cult website. And there we've got the same pentagrams in the windows there on the temple. And in the center there, and then we've got the sunstone. Joseph Smith's first vision, one of the older versions. Cedar stone, magic stuff. This is what we're supposed to start back over here. So we got the Capitol building and the obelisk. Got the Jupiter talisman, the magic talisman that Joseph Smith wore, which he was wearing when he was shot. Talk about that another time. There we got some of those symbols we got there in the temple. We got that in the temple. Here's a Joseph Smith memorial. There's Ellen Gould White's memorial, which is an obelisk. And she's head of, she was with the SDA, Seventh-day Adventists. There's Joseph Smith Monument. Another obelisk for Joseph Smith. It's an obelisk to Joseph Smith Monument at where he grew up, his birthplace, I guess, in Vermont. Look at that stuff there at the temple. Joseph Smith's place again. Okay, this is Charles Taze Russell. He was a 32nd or 33rd degree Freemason, occultist, and head of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, or the Jehovah's Witnesses. Ellen Gould White's memorial, an obelisk. Again, head of the SDA. She was an occultist and followed Madame Blavatsky, the Theosophist. Now we got obelisks in London, Washington, and the Vatican. Why? What are these guys doing? These are high-degree Freemasons. You got Mikhail Gorbachev on the left, Robert Schuller, a well-known Christian minister. We got the Queen and somebody I should probably know, maybe one of the princes or somebody. I think this is in the Children's Center of the Visitor Center in Salt Lake, isn't it? Nice pentagrams. Why do we have them there? There's another threaded star. This is somewhere around Salt Lake Temple area, I think. These are all LDS structures here. What are we seeing? What are we seeing? Eye of Horus. Why? Why are we seeing this stuff in our temples? Why are we seeing all this occult stuff? It's on Joseph Smith's obelisk. Yeah. Okay. Notice the symbols. Notice these guys. So we got religion and royalty politics there. Notice the symbol there, the compass and square. What's going on here? A meaningful handshake. There we go again. That's Dick Cheney. Look what he's doing with his hand. There's Bush and Gordon B. Hinckley. He's awarding him Medal of Presidential Medal of Freedom honor. And there he is with Dick Cheney. We did a video about that. I think this is Brent Scowcroft, isn't it? Receiving the medal from Obama. Hey, what's George Bush doing? What's he showing us? What's Dan Quayle doing? What's with these guys? So there's Gordon B. Hinckley and Dick Cheney, but look at the handshake. Gordon's giving Dick a diploma, an honorary degree at BYU, after Gordon got rid of, is it after he got rid of Stephen Jones at BYU, the professor who was basically proving that the whole 9/11 story was pretty fraudulent. Explosives were used in demolition style. This is Brother Monson and brother George Bush with a handshake that they both seem to be sharing a brotherhood with. Just another shot of the other two guys. So we got religion and politics, the leaders here. They seem to have a special brotherhood. And we got Obama. What's he doing? What's up with all these guys using the satanic salute? Here's Bush's daughter. And we got Bill Clinton. Kind of a collage of people there. The Prince on the bottom right. Hollywood rockers. Okay, Joseph Smith. This is what we see in the ensign. Looking at those plates as if that's what he did when he translated them. This is their magic parchment. I think it belonged to Hiram. Hiram and Joseph used it. There's a seer stone that Joseph used to translate the Book of Mormon, supposedly, in a hat, without even looking at the plates. So why is the church showing us plates? There's the golden door of the temple, with 13 mini spires on each of the 6 spires. Why 13? There we go. That's what they show us in the ensign. But that's not what happened. So why are they showing us that? Isn't that deceitful? Here on the right's what the scribe said he did, including his wife and David Martin Harris. Stone in the hat. So why were the plates even made? There's an original first vision. There we go in the temple again. And there we go and see the pentagrams on witches of the craft. Here's version number 4, I believe, of the first vision. At least when we're only comparing 4, maybe it's number 9 when we compare all 9. Excuse me. There's the Moroni picture with Joseph all alone in his room. Except for he wasn't all alone in his room. He shared a bed with probably 2 more brothers, and 2 more brothers in another bed. There were 4 or 5 of them with 2 beds. There's a rendition of the first vision that everyone else knew about. See, his family never knew about the one we hear about now. Like Brigham Young and Orson Pratt and Heber C. Kimball all said God never came to see Joseph Smith. He sent his angel to deliver the gospel. They didn't even know about the thing that we hear about now, because history's been rewritten for us, not only in civic things, but in this religion. Another rendition of the earlier rendition of the first vision, the one that other people knew, but they didn't know about it early on. Even his family, even William Smith didn't know about it. He said Joseph's first vision was in 1823 or 1824. I said the revival was in 1823. And he stated it several times to different people. None of Joseph's family, no one of his time, seems to be aware of the version of the vision that had God the Father and Jesus Christ in it that we hear of. Moroni was probably the first that anybody heard of, but everything published said his name was Nephi, till after Joseph was dead. Did a video on the Gordon B. Hinckley talk, War and Peace, when he basically gave a big sales pitch using some rather sophisticated techniques in speaking and persuasive use of language for someone who knows what they're doing, sophisticated sales techniques. And we looked at that, so I'm not going to go over that here, but he basically told us that we needed to, he endorsed the bombing and invasion of countries that had done nothing to the people of the United States, which amounted to mass murder, and the tens and tens of thousands of people being killed and incinerated with bombs. And that was in support of the man here, Dick Cheney, and George Bush, and their buddies who were running the war. And we see that the people are manipulated by a partnership between the political and religious leaders and the media. And we see that there's some sort of a brotherhood that's very suspicious here. We've seen over and over again that the media, and in this case the church through the Ensign and the manuals and LDS.org, are apparently giving us information that they know is false, intentionally misleading us, just as Joseph Smith intentionally misled people about what he was doing with many things, and especially with the spiritual life system. Next videos will have the other side of the story, primary source document. Help share the truth, spread the Mormon truth videos, like them, share them, subscribe, post them. History doesn't need to be whitewashed. We got to the truth. You've seen it, you know it, it's documented. Do your part. Thanks.